Alright. All good in the hood. So, what causes depression? Depression has no single cause and often involves the interaction of many diverse biological, psychological, and social factors. People may become depressed when something very distressing has happened and they feel powerless to control the situation, such as the following: a breakup of a relationship, living in conflict, long-term poverty, loss of a job, difficulty finding a job, having an accident that results in a long-term disability, either physical or mental, being bullied, being victimized, being a victim of a crime, developing a long-term physical or mental illness, death of a partner, a family member, friend, and depression can also result from the effects of medical conditions of Parkinson's, Huntington's, traumatic brain injury, stroke, hypothyroidism, and systematic lupus. Having a baby, which we talked about, postpartum depression, because of the hormonal changes that happen after you have a baby, and then a lot of the focus that people have now, instead of on the mother for 9 months while she was pregnant, goes to the baby. The side effects of certain medications or drugs, and the stress of having another mental disorder, such as schizophrenia, anxiety, or eating disorders. Intoxication or withdrawal from alcohol or other drugs, premenstrual changes in hormonal levels, lack of exposure to bright light in winter months, seasonal depression, what we just talked about, caring full-time for a person who has a long-term disability. And sometimes people will develop depression in a distressing situation, whereas others in the same situation will not. Those prone to developing depression are those who have had a previous episode of depression, those who have family members who have had episodes of depression, those with a more sensitive emotional nature, those who've had a difficult childhood, experiencing physical, sexual, or emotional abuse, neglect, or over-strictness. Depression is believed to be caused by changes in natural brain chemicals called neurotransmitters. These chemicals send messages from one nerve cell to another. When a person becomes depressed, the brain has fewer of these chemical messengers. One of these is serotonin, a mood-regulating brain chemical. Many antidepressant medications work by changing the activity and the uptake of serotonin within the brain. So, serotonin, if you don't know, is on my thigh. It is the the green one right here. That's serotonin. And basically it's mood regulation. It doesn't make you happy. It doesn't make you sad. It just basically does its best to make sure that you are relatively neutral. And the best ways to deal with that if you don't have an issue with neurotransmission, or it's a very low issue with the reuptake or the uptake of serotonin within your brain, is to change your habits, start exercising, make sure you're sleeping enough but not too much, make sure that you're eating foods that actually give you energy for a longer period of time instead of just a sugar rush for an hour, for instance. So, yeah. You wish they would teach us schools that it's